Welcome back. Today we're going to work with how layers interact with each other, how we can take two layers and composite them or make them look like they're combined. We're going to do this with blend modes, opacity, and then we're also going to work with fill. All right. So first, our blend mode. And these all are going to be up at the top of our layers panel. So our blend mode is going to be combining two layers. I have two picture layers here, 1, 2. Make sure we have the top layer selected, and then at the top of our layers list here we have a drop down menu, and right now it is normal. Alright, and these are the drop down list for blend modes. The normal is just two pictures on top of each other. You can't, with this one you can't see what's behind it. Alright, and what we can do with this drop down menu open, we can either scroll down with the mouse or arrow key down, and as I go to a new blend mode here, you can see that my second picture, the tiger bird, is being seen. Alright, and it's really just trial and error, finding something that you think will work for you, that looks good, where you can have both of the layers visible and combined or blended in together in a way that is appealing. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to normal. Alright, and then another way to combine layers is for us to change the opacity. And the opacity again is up at the top of our layers panel, and this is going to be how see-through the layer is, so making it transparent. At 100% opacity, you have everything. You see everything. You can't see the layers or the layers behind it or whatever is behind the layer you're working with. All right. So a couple ways to change the opacity here. You can click into the value for opacity, and you can type something in. You can click the drop-down menu for the value, and you get this sliding bar. Or you can hover over the word opacity, and you can get the little hand arrows where you can left-click and hold down and drag it either way to change the opacity. All right, so I'm going to keep it with that way, with dragging left and right. So you see, as I'm at 100% opacity, I can't see anything behind it. And as I move to the left, or a smaller percentage, you can see that now my second layer, my bottom layer, becomes more and more visible. And as I get to 0 on the opacity of this layer, I can't see any of it, and I only see that layer that's below it. And then the last way for combining layers and what we're making is going to be our fill. So I'm going to turn on the visibility for my text layer here, and I have a stroke on the outside of it. All right, and fill is just going to be the color of whatever it is. All right, so if it's a shape, or if it's a text, the fill is that color of the text or that color of the shape. So it works the same way as opacity. All right, fill up here at the top of our layers panel. We can change the value the same way as opacity, so I'm going to drop the scale, and what I have is, as I move to the left, there's less and less fill on my text layer of the color, and then when I get to 0, there's no fill. All right, so if I were to leave it at 50, I still see a little bit of the color, but I also can see through it and see what's behind it. All right, another way to combine layers in your design. We'll see you next time.